What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and obviously the coronavirus fears are kind of sweeping the world right now. And this isn't a video about the coronavirus and about how worried you should be or how seriously you could take it or anything like that. But I do want to talk about how it is affecting Hollywood and the film industry in general. Obviously, this big news came down today. James Bond, No Time to Die, delayed 7 months due to coronavirus. Now, 7 months is an extremely long time to delay a film, from April all the way back to November, which is pretty crazy. You also have to wonder if they're going to be doing anything in between there. Are they going to be doing any reshoots, any retouches? Is there an additional reason, maybe beyond the coronavirus, that they did delay it? But let's go ahead and take a look at this article, talk about other films that have decided to stick where they are despite the impact the coronavirus may have. Let's check it out. No Time to Die's release date has been pushed back 7 months, November 2020, due to concerns about coronavirus. No Time to Die's release date been delayed 7 months. The film has already been impacted by the outbreak, with its Chinese premiere and press tour canceled. However, it remained on track for its theatrical rollout, with MGM putting together a very visible marketing campaign, including the Super Bowl ad that we had about a month ago. Excitement was continuing to mount, which is projected to possibly break the all-time James Bond opening weekend record at the box office. But the coronavirus does appear to be a serious concern around the world. Now, if we go here, we can see some of the things that have happened. Several theaters in Italy have closed. Now, Italy's just starting really to get this ramp, this escalation in outbreaks. I do predict that more will probably close in the near future. We know that Mission Impossible 7 has halted production because they were filming a lot in Italy. But the real big thing, China closes more than 70,000 screens nationwide. They've closed over 11,000 theaters, which, to put that in perspective, over here in America, usually a huge opening is if it opens in about 4,300 theaters, which is pretty crazy to think about, that China has closed 11,000 theaters. Now, are the size the same? Things like that you can all throw that up in the air. How many screens are there actually? But 11,000 theaters is a huge deal. Now, for a movie like James Bond, No Time to Die, which I gotta say I'm excited for. I was looking forward to its release. Obviously, I'm gonna have to wait another 7 months after that to see it. But when you think about James Bond, I think you can understand why they made this decision. Here in America, obviously, we do not have it near as bad as it is in China. Over in places in Europe, isolated places like Europe, it is starting to get a little bit worse. When you look at the box office numbers for, say, Spectre 2015, the last Bond movie that came out, you can see domestic, $200 million. Look at that international number, almost $700 million. That is huge international numbers. And Bond traditionally does huge international numbers. It doesn't rely on this domestic performance. You look at Skyfall. Get out of here, ad. Skyfall, same thing. 300 domestic to 800 international to top $1 billion. That is a huge number. And you can see how well it did in, obviously, the UK, Germany, France, China. $60 million just in China. Spectre did even more in China. Look at that number in China, $85 million. So I think when you look at that, you can really understand why they made this decision, specifically with James Bond. And they did announce on the official Twitter that November 12th, it'll premiere in the UK, November 25th in the United States, with this official announcement here. The tweet mentions the global theatrical marketplace as a deciding factor, and then talking more about the coronavirus outbreak. And it looks like they're going a little bit about the production of Skyfall and of Spectre and so on. Now, with the move, No Time to Die is now in a more competitive window than before. Instead of being the biggest blockbuster and getting a 3-week early jump, it's now sharing the spotlight with things like Eternals and Godzilla vs. Kong, assuming those movies don't change release dates. That being said, No Time to Die should still do really well in the fall, because that's when Bond movies are traditionally released. Now, we also have some other movies that have decided they are staying put, regardless of what happens. Right here, Black Widow and F9, Fast and Furious 9, reportedly won't be delayed due to coronavirus concerns. The planned summer release dates for Black Widow and Fast and Furious 9, F9, will reportedly stick despite the coronavirus outbreak. After the first few months of the year, Hollywood is on the precipice of releasing some of the more highly anticipated movies, Pixar's Onward, I don't know who's really anticipating that one too much. A Quiet Place Part 2, sure. Disney's live-action Mulan are just a few of the films that were released by the end of the month. Now, on this channel, I talked a little bit about Mulan and about those concerns with the coronavirus outbreak not too long ago, maybe about a week or so, and those hold true. Obviously, they're hoping that the Chinese market will do very well, or that Mulan will do very well in the Chinese market, but with so many theaters closed, it's going to be tough. It's going to be an uphill battle for Mulan in China. Up until very recently, like we just talked about, No Time to Die was scheduled, and that came after the press tour date was changed and all of that. According to a report from Deadline, Disney is not planning to delay Black Widow's release, and Universal is officially sticking to F9's release as well. Both of these films have May release dates domestically and are scheduled to roll out in international markets throughout the summer. The decision came on the heels of rumors that Black Widow could take Eternals. So after No Time to Die, after we heard that might be pushed back, we heard Black Widow might be pushed back too to take Eternals, which, to be fair, I think that Black Widow is going to do way better than Eternals. Black Widow is a character we all know. Black Widow is not as likely to push all the identity politics down our throat that we know we're going to get. We have already gotten with Eternals. They talk a little more about the global box office could decrease by $5 billion due to this coronavirus outbreak. Absolutely crazy. So it looks like F9 and Black Widow are staying where they are, but No Time to Die is going to be moving to November. I'm going to have to wait a lot longer in order to watch that movie. But hopefully it does well in the box office. Now, this movie, like I said, I'm a big Bond fan, and I actually enjoy a lot of Daniel Craig's work. That might be sacrilege to say for some James Bond fans. I don't know if he's who I would have picked to play Bond, but I really enjoy a lot of his movies. Specifically, Casino Royale and Skyfall are two of the best Bond movies for me personally to watch. Now, Quantum of Solace, that was really bad. And Spectre, I could do without it. It's not offensively bad or anything like that. But I'm looking forward to Daniel Craig's last outing as James Bond. And it's crazy that this coronavirus, which everyone's still learning more about and kind of how to deal with it and how far it's spreading, how fast it's spreading, that it's going to have an impact on Hollywood, on TV, on movies, on everything. Because whether it's production, whether it's released in the theaters, whether it's manufacturing sets, like whatever it is, this thing is global and it is affecting us globally now. So let me know what you guys think about this. Are you disappointed that No Time to Die has been delayed? Does it make sense to you that they would do that based on those huge international numbers, where obviously internationally it is a lot worse than it is domestically here in the United States at this moment? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video out there, ring the bell for notifications. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. I'll talk to you guys later.